I would like to invite the session chair for the session, Mr. K. Ramchandran sir, Presidential Member ISHRAE, to please begin with the proceedings of the session.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this India that is Bharat, there is an age-old saying, Aditi Devo Bhava. Aditi Devo Bhava means consider your guest to be God. Treat your guest as God. This is absolutely true in the hospitality industry, because the hospitality industry survives because of the guest. If guest is there, industry is there. If guest is not there, industry is not there. This brings us to one of the peculiarities of the hospitality industry, because whatever the guest wants, the industry is supposed to provide. If a temperature of 20 degrees centigrade is demanded by the guest, a hotel should provide the same. There is nothing like no. If the towels and the linen is to be changed every day, if the guest demands that, the hotel should comply. And unfortunately, there is very little the hotel can do about waste. If a guest decides to waste part of the food he has taken from the banquet, so be it. The hotel has to suffer it with a smile. That is the unfortunate part of the hospitality industry. And believe me, the dividing line between profit and operating loss is very thin. A hotel, if the energy consumption goes beyond a particular limit, can drop from a reasonable profit to an operating loss. So it is very, very important that when we discuss ways and means to decarbonize, the hospitality industry's peculiar problems should get a focus. And for that, the organizers have put in front of you a very, very eminent panel. Very well experienced people in the hospitality industry will be in the panel, and we look forward to hear them. And to moderate this session, we have got Mr. Pankaj Tharkar. Actually, as the session chair, it is my duty to introduce Pankaj Tharkar to you. But if I start introducing Pankaj Tharkar, especially to an Indore crowd, maybe next time I will not be allowed to enter Indore. That is the kind of situation. But having known Pankaj for more than 40 years, it is a privilege to have known him for more than 40 years. His enthusiasm, leadership, and commitment is unparalleled. So I invite Pankaj to come on stage.
Thank you, Ram. I think our journey started from Voltas way back in 1979-80. So I'm really blessed that he is session chair. And of course, to set the tone, and you have seen the panelists, I'm unfortunately missing few of them. But I thought that let us see the perspective where the hospitality is leading us. A report of Hotel Association of India forecast Indian hotel markets to go to 1504 billion by 2047. From 65 billion, this was reported 2022. Of course, that number has substantially gone up. But you can see here the kind of growth we are expecting. Is anybody in this crowd not doing a hotel project? Anybody? Many of us are doing multiple hotel projects, and I think countries blessed with the growth of this segment. We are driven by 15 to 20% growth. Cities like Indore, where we were struggling for a venue, this has only 120 rooms, and many of you are put to inconvenience because we had to book 7 hotels to put guests for doing a conference of this size, is getting 500 plus room hotels from Hyatt and Taj, and many other hospitality chains are coming up with multiple hotels of 150 plus to 300 rooms. So that is a growth which is happening in city like Indore, and story goes in a very different direction when you go to religious places like Ayodhya or Tirupati, or you name the religious place, even Ujjain, are seeing a good quality 4-star, 5-star properties coming up. Forget about Goa or Cochin or cities like Mumbai, Delhi and Chennai and Bangalore, who have seen tremendous growth. And this surge is also driven by now international leisure travels and the kind of wedding spendings which have increased. There are many hospitality chains tagging for 2 nights, 3 days, 2.5 crores plus in Rajasthan, and the trend is really going up. So the luxury segment is also seeing spending in for wedding particularly, the way Indian weddings are happening. And therefore, adopting advanced technology and energy efficient system is very important, because the energy cost is very high in hospitality segment. Of course, we have experts to talk about it, but just to set the agenda that we as air conditioning consultant, or many of you who are working in this segment have the challenges are very different. Often architects and the interiors take front seat, and you can see the green spaces of MEP services. In that, HVAC comes as almost 50% areas, but we are really at that phase where many times many operators prescribe we get 15% should be given to MEP services, but we hardly get 5 to 7.5% areas. And it is always challenging to the consultants, to contractors to deliver energy efficient projects, because there are many constraints which of course we will be discussing. So we have guest rooms normally on the upper levels. Today the terraces where earlier people used to do ring bends are also to be used for commercial spaces, the restaurants. And we often, Sandeep is very fond of talking about the bylaws. We all understand how critical it becomes when terraces are to be used for public spaces like swimming pools or restaurants. So normally people don't give us services on the top levels, but it is again a challenge, because exhaust fans or fresh air needs to be coming from the terraces or service floors, which are often compressed. So I would say air conditioning, if you really divide it, we have areas like guest levels, FOH areas, BOH areas, and MEP services, which and the kind of interiors which are happening. Nobody wants to see our grills. They want it to a magic which should happen, and that also put pressure. The kitchen, which is also prone to a lot of fire, and the smoke evacuation and suppression with HVAC and ventilation becomes a big challenge. If you see ISHRAE various standards, a huge work has been done by ISHRAE with the global experiences. We are talking about HVAC taking close to 40 to 50% energy, lighting, which is substantial in hospitality, 10 to 15%, laundry, currently Earlier days, laundries used to be ventilated only. Today, operators desire 26-degree, and often in a humid areas like Chennai or Mumbai, we have to do air conditioning. Often we keep on requesting our operators that why don't you accept 28, 30 degree, maybe we can do with the 2-stage or 3-stage cooling. But in the kitchens, again, where demand is going to be very, very critical, because we have so many exhaust hoods, the quality of cooking which happens in Indian kitchens, the kind of food we relish has a lot of oil content, and coupled with that, it is a challenge. In the northern part, particularly, heating becomes also a important aspect, and in any hotel you require continuously 24 hours good hot water, and that is again consuming 5 to 10% of energy, though the heat pumps have become very important elements of the hospitality chain. Slowly the dependencies on boilers is going away, and we have now heat pumps which can give us 90-degree water also, and many of suppliers are here, and a lot of products are also displayed in the area, and it is very heartening to see that we are going in the decarbonization. Heat pump globally is being viewed as one of the potential areas of decarbonization. But miscellaneous equipments like pool, spa, elevators also take away 5 to 10%. This matrix, which is based on ISHRAE 90.1, 62.1, and also 189.1, and many hospitality operators, based on their global experiences, have come up with a lot of guidelines, and I'm really fortunate that we have important hospitality chain leaders here. But this matrix will vary whether it is a high-rise hotel or a resort hotel, or a very there could be a banqueting hotel which has, like this hotel, which has a very big banquet as compared to the guest room. So matrix, the pie can really change from project to project. So basically what we are going to discuss in the allotted time is the approaches and what the hospitality chain team leaders are doing. So in terms of energy efficiency, indoor air quality, what are the advanced technologies, improved fire and life standard which are expected, efficiency of water management, and IBMS AI, what role that is going to play. So can I go back to my initial slide, and it will be an honor to welcome all my eminent panelists here. Can you go back to the first slide for the panelists? So I have, can you just go back? I'm missing architect Reza Kabul. He is not well, so and also Mr. Jatin, our facility management head for many organizations, colliers from Bangalore, they couldn't make it. But let me first invite Ajay Dhar sir. Ajay Dhar sir. They will be doing their self-introduction, but Ajay Dhar sir is from ITC chain of hotels, a very eminent personality in this domain. I have Mr. Kiran Bose. He is engineering operations head for Hilton International for South Asia. I have Amit Dubey sahab. He is project and engineering head for APJ Hotel for Park Hotels chain. I have Mr. Selvarasu. He is eminent lead consultant from Bangalore. Sir. I do have a very eminent personality again, Ajit Thomas. He is a founder and principal of Bettles Consulting. Ajit ji. I have now 2 seats vacant, so I thought of using the wild card, and I'm inviting Mr. Negi from Hilton Hotels. Negi sir, welcome. And let me see who is the other consultant I can fit in. Sandeep Goyal ji. Can I see you here? Yes, Sandeep. You are going to be here, sir. Sandeep, you can't say no to me. Come on. So I'll now like to start from Sandeep's side. Let us very briefly introduce yourself, because you will be doing that the best way. So can you introduce yourself in 2 lines, 3 lines, what your role is exactly in your organization? Yeah, Sandeep, you start from yours.
Hello.
Good morning. Thank you, Dharkar sir. My name is Sandeep Goyal. We are MEP consultants, closely working with Dharkar Saab in various forums and various panels. It's an honor to be part of such a great forum. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Myself, Manish Negi. I have recently joined Hilton Hotels. I have 35 years experience in hospitality industry and work with a lot of brands like Oberoi Hotels and Hyatt Hotels.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Indore. Thank you for hosting us. I am Ajay Dhar and I represent ITC Hotels and I am head of MEP. I've been with the company for last 23 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajay, sir.
Good morning, everybody. First, I must thank the legacy of Mr. Dharkar. I think it's an honor to be present here. In my role, I currently look after the engineering operations of all the hotels, Hilton Hotels in South Asia. I have come here to share the light and warmth of hospitality industry. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Very morning, everyone. I am Amit Chaube from APJ Park Hotels. More than 20 years into hospitality industry and my first time in ISHRAE, and wonderful arrangement by Mr. Dharkar and everyone here. And I represent APJ Park Hotels, looking after engineering, projects, expansion, renovations, and complete life cycle change. So I really look forward to this wonderful morning today with each one of you.
Sir, many of my VIP guests wanted to stay in Sheraton, and I personally told them that Park is the newest property in Indore and you must enjoy better places. But what is your experience in Park?
I am staying in Park. There's a beautiful hotel. They have very good room size and room interior and everything, and the very good hotel. I have just seen the very good design of the room. Basically, if you see, I have not seen similar type of room. They have a separate space for dress up and other things. Excellent hotel.
So you could get endorsement from other hotel operators, sir. Well, I think we had a challenge. I'm again sharing, because a lot of people felt that traveling was a inconvenience, but it was helpless situation, and my apologies if you had to travel more and spend more time. Over to you, Thomas, sir.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. And myself, Ajit Thomas, I have spent about 3.5 decades with Hyatt, starting with Hyatt for 11 years in the Chicago office. And all my life been opening new hotels, or rather taking from concept to completion. And now I have an own consulting company, which currently we are doing about 1,000 rooms between 6 hotels, 5 cities. And apart from that, I'm a very passionate environmentalist, have led and planted about over 5 lakh trees.
Wow.
Across 3 states, and got recognition for that from the state government. And I continue that. I mention it because we'll come to talk about it later, because there is hospitality, of course, but I love to be part of the larger community where Dr. Vikram Singh spoke about how holistic we have to look at sustainability. And I also grow high organic content food by soil rejuvenation and working with farmers.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Very good morning to all. Thanks to CoOL Conclave team inviting me here. There's a typo error backside, don't look at it. Selvarasa, Managing Director from Lead Consultancy, Bengaluru. We are in this industry for the last 17 years. Personally, I'm involved with the sustainability for over 34 years now. I'm fortunate to be part of the first launch of LEED rating when Clinton visited India. I'm nominated by CII to be part of it. So I know how the transition took place over the last 25 years in the sustainability, but long way to go. Still a lot to do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And what I want to going to do is only ask one question to each of the panelists, and I'm requesting them to finish it in 3 minutes. I would urge you want to ask them question and make this panel discussion very interactive, and whosoever wants to ask questions, they have generated some questions, they should come in the front row on the sofa so that we can be very quick. Let us try to achieve maximum. This kind of panel can never be seen where so many brilliant operating engineering heads are together with us. So let us try to gain the maximum. So whosoever gets any question in mind, I would urge them to come here, and I will ask one of the volunteers to keep 2-3 phones there, so hand phones there, so that we are able to conclude it in time. We have very limited time, but I will urge everyone to be very, very fast. So Ajay ji, I will start from you. Your hotels are all platinum certified hotels, and in fact, as per the mindset of many of our people staying in these luxury hotels, they feel, cooler the better. They will like 21 degree or lower, as Ram was also suggesting. They feel that is a luxury. And also, currently I see an increasing trend that even our BOH team members or our kitchen, shapes, they like, though we were designing that at 26 to 28, but they like 24 degree. Now, all that comes at the cost of energy, and you have been the champions of sustainability. So how do you manage this conflict of interest, sir?
Thank you, Darkar Saab. I think it's a very tough question, but let me just try to divide it into a couple of 3 parts. One, what we do and what I think most of us are doing is we build for design for sustainability. Initially in the design stage itself, bring in the design concept, the sustainability concept into the whole design when you are at the boardroom stage. That's part 1, which actually takes care of a lot of concerns at the later stage. I'll touch base on that. Second important aspect is the operational controls. It leads from the fact that the operational controls have to come if you have actually catered them into the design stage, right? For example, today we are talking about IoT-based systems, today we are talking about controls, localized controls, we are talking about the controls at the BMS level. So that's the second part to the whole question. The third and most important aspect is about the mindset and the behavioral aspect, which I think if you see, I'll touch a little bit more on that because that leads to the customer focus areas. Point 1, I cannot tell, you rightly said Atithi Devo Bhava and Braham Aham Asmi is that we are itself, we have to take care of ourselves. So I cannot tell a guest that you are wrong. But what I can give my people there is the control mechanism and the design which is already built. Now, for example, that leads from the fact that I need to convey and communicate to the guests that you are a green hotel or you are into sustainability. So it's not like sustainability is for ITC hotels or sustainability is for Hilton. So that communication these days through these conclaves is already happening, and I think as we move on and the vision of the country and the world, we'll come to that level. So I think that communication has to keep happening day in and day out with the customer. Coming back to the BOTH areas wherein staff needs to be told about innovation. You need to adopt something which is new in terms of whether it is about designing a kitchen, where to put a kitchen. You rightly asked me, I've always got these problems of you always need 24 degree, you know, we design, we say in latest ISHRAE or ECBC super code that air conditioning is all about 23 plus minus. We are talking about 27 degrees also. But I think an operator or a user is not really bothered about what is your jargon of 2040, 2047. So we as this forum need to inculcate those aspects into every small details which really helps in the end. So that's where I'll hold it. So when these three aspects are combined together, I think the desire of the guests as well as the local staff is catered to, whether it is providing a fresh air, or whether it is providing the right place, the location of a BOTH house, the kitchen. So I think.
Well said, sir. I think I have been seeing very nice tags kept in your hotels particularly, and many other chain hotels, creating awareness about every drop of water. You know, we see beautiful slogans written there that linen washing takes away so much of water, so much of, some hotels have started converting that into CO levels also. But I have never seen any tag that this temperature is best suited for your health, occupation. I don't know, I have not seen it anywhere in the globe. Why can't some operators start that? Probably because we at ISHRAE have taken up a 1 degree challenge where we are trying to promote, if you are liking 25 degree, put thermostat on 26 degree. It is not only saving for you as operators, huge saving, 1 degree saves 3 to 5%. Why are we not initiating some beautiful quotes? And I will urge, maybe ISHRAE comes up with some quotes which can go and it can really serve decarbonization in a big way.
I'll tell you, sir, I'll just take a couple of seconds more, is that we are communicating, and it's not that we are communicating from today. It's been happening from quite a long decades time, and it's catching up. And I think the industry itself is catching up to that trend. Second thing is very important. We are in a generation when my parents were there, they were sustainable guys, I think, from your generation. Because I have seen sustainability when I grew up. And I always give this example. We never used to buy bottles to store cereals or dal. A product which is coming, that used to be reused. So that is first step of my sustainability, which my parents, or you can talk about it as poverty or the resources, that was sustainable generation because of whatever was there. Second generation which comes, you call the millennials all now, they also are sustainable in terms of that they have got the avenue, they have got the knowledge, and the country is developing. So they are also looking at new technologies. That's second part. So we are growing in the right direction. So I am a very positive person. So the third is Gen Z. I think they are the best guys. They know where to get information from. They know what is right for them. So it makes a lot of sense. If they say sustainability is to be done, they will make sure it is happening. So I think we are in the right direction, sir. So let's hope.
Thank you. Well said. Sir, I'm now moving to Kiranji. Kiranji, the hospitality, when the project is conceived and today's consultants specify very high efficiency equipment, and often we procure very high quality equipment, but the general experience are, I'm not saying about Hilton, but the general experience is the quality of maintenance, and often the sustainability by which it is, say I buy 6.7 COP chiller, but maintenance is not up to the mark, or our people are not that much trained, our chief engineers or maintenance manager. So it is really causing very potential damage because you have spent on capex, but you are not getting ultimate results. So how operators like you are managing, and do you think that the use of AI or the quality of now automation happening is going to help you in a big way?
The first thing I can say that thank you very much for this question. I think it's a fantastic question. The first thing I think, and which with my experience I can say, that we need to educate the guys at the grassroots level, the electricians, the air condition mechanics. They must be blended into education system where they understand what the AI is. That's the first and biggest challenge we are facing at the ground level. Hilton as such, we have got university courses which really gets them to understand how this whole thing works. So we got a very meticulous training program for each and every skills. So that is developed by the Hilton University. Number three is regarding the sustainable part. We have got a platform called Lightstay where the engineers, they punch in the data for water, electricity and waste there, and from there the AI is generating the targets. For example, if I'm looking at Indore, for example, the AI uses that data in terms of weather conditions, in terms of occupancy patterns, and then it says, okay, you have to spend this much amount of electricity. So the benchmark, we also look at a benchmark of 300 kilowatts per square meter for each and every hotel. So we see if they are below benchmark or not, and that's what AI does. There are a couple of things, especially like sustainability in terms of guest preferences, for example. Like we had a question yesterday from one of the guests here regarding preferences, and which of course was done to Raj actually. So I need to tell that every preference of the guest is logged in, and AI generates exactly the actions to be taken. So that's how the AI is doing in terms of that. But I still strongly believe and feel that in spite of all this, we need to educate. And also make people understand that sustainability starts with me. I start with it, and then it goes down. Till we do not have the culture of sustainability, we are not going to make it anyway. When you're talking of the innovations we are doing, we might be doing innovations, but still, if you clean the filters of the fan coil units of air handling units, you save 2% of electricity. 2% is quite a lot.
You're right, sir.
Out of 50%, you're saving 2% of electricity is quite a lot. So I still think that these are very basics we have to work on, and not look at the one which is in the cloud. I think we need to get our basics right. That's what I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I would urge my president of ISHRAE to come up some good guidelines for hospitality specifically. I think we can work together with so many chains and create some beautiful document based on Indian conditions probably. So coming to Amit ji, we all talk the walk and you walk the talk. As a professional from developers and hotel operators, do you feel that enough funds and resources are allocated by the developers to promote sustainability in your hospitality projects, sir?
Hi, Mr. Dharkar. So, wonderful question. And I think what has happened is the system has gradually realized there is no other path than going towards this path. You can't have an option that you are not sustainable. If there is an activity which has to be done, it has to be done. Initially, there was a one-way crusade, like we used to promote, we used to fight, okay, we want wonderful chillers, we want energy efficient equipment, but now it's like a two-way cycle. There are people who are on the other end, they want what sustainable thing you are going to provide to us. What comes as a technology which is going to make our building separate, which are going to make the building iconic and bring in the true nature of sustainability. So the culture is changing, sir, and in fact, I can foresee this even with small operators. Funds do come. There's always some challenges wherein money may not be available immediately, but the vision is there. And the best part, I met someone in this meeting itself, in this conference. Wonderful funding options have come in, wherein you get credit at 6%. There is most of the energy efficient equipment we try to put in the hotels have a wonderful payback period. They pay back in 1.5 years, 2 years time. And if you are getting a credit at 6%, boss, go for it. There is no second option. because you are putting a wonderful footprint for your generation and for the generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. But you didn't answer very clearly whether the developers, because APJ also is a developer and you are also operating hotel, whether you are able to get larger funds and, we all as consultants and this fraternity keep teaching people that let us see life cycle cost of chillers or, even a smallest equipment like a fan coil unit which runs for 365. A lot of products are here in this exhibition hall also. We are talking about going towards BLDCs and also which of course has a cost element. So is the fund allocation coming or?
Definitely, sir. The funds are definitely coming. There is no issues of fund and the approvals are super fast. When we talk about challenges, the challenges is more like if you have to do some big operation in a hotel which runs on 90% occupancy. Those are the challenges as a person which we feel how to disrupt the operation, because every general manager, he has a target to achieve. He has to, meet some revenue guidelines. So there has to be a, consolidated approach, togetherness has to be there, wherein operational efficiencies can be done. But fund-wise, sir, definitely there's never a problem.
That's great to hear, sir. Coming to Selvaraju sir, that engineering design has to take the lead in saving energy, water, and also post-COVID there is an increased awareness on IAQ. So, sir, what are your favorite solutions when it comes to hospitality engineering designs? Selvaraju.
So can you just repeat the question? There was an echo here.
You are not able to. This question was to sir. I again repeat question. Are you not able to hear me?
I got it. Some echo here, not able to get. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
So I am asking, sir, whether what are your favorite solutions for from the engineering design point of view for improving the energy, water consumption, and creating better IOQ in the hospitality segments?
Okay, great. Thank you. It is something like somebody got a PhD and teaching in IIT, telling them what technology to be implemented. This is the gathering where the technology-driven organizations are sitting. I will just shift little my gear to the system and data-driven operation. Okay, I think that, is it okay for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've been witnessing last 25 years in this industry that we are struggling to get the data. We have a codes and standards internationally, locally, and that brings a change in the technology implementation. But when you look at the entire life cycle of the building, we don't have a data-driven design, data-driven construction and operation. So there is a missing link right now in the country. If we want to make it little better performing net zero building in the future, we are only talking about carbon neutral, net zero building, we need to have a embedded system part of your technology to make it happen. I'll just give a brief area of suggestion to make this technology driven design and implementation, make it more relevant for the future. When you look at the design, since Pankaj knows that we are all doing the design, MEPF and sustainability design, but nowhere I get the data that what should be the carbon emission index to be achieved by design and operation. What should be the energy performance index? To some extent it is coming, water performance index. Then in terms of envelope heat increase index. So there's so many data are missing in the design. Then it's leaving to the designer and focus more on aesthetic and functionality of the building. That's the missing link right now. We need to have the data demand coming from the owners of the building. Second part, the BIM, operational BIM, you know very well, IoT and AI and ML enabled. So we need to have more and more for hospitality industry to have a close control of operation and take a feedback from the clients. So we never take clients' feedback very effectively. I think the day will come, the design charter will have few clients of your privileged clients sitting and saying, hey, this is what I faced in your industry or hotel, can you take it up? I think that's where we need to have the close feedback. Coming to the carbon emission point of view, I feel we are more focused on energy performance, but that not suffice. We need to get to thermal energy, on-site combustion, bring a technology which removes the on-site fuel and make it more of electrical power. The reason, electrical and renewable energy, the reason is our India is almost 50% energy mix is renewables. It's going to grow fast further. That's where we need to move forward on the technology deployment. The second part will be on your construction. It's pathetic. If you go to any site, we say this is a platinum, gold, best, the carbon neutral building design, construction. But if you look at the construction, how we handle in the country, which is really bothering too much on the environment and surrounding community, neighborhood community. I think we need to have inclusive kind of design and implementation to take care of social element and how the building is going to impact my society tomorrow. I think we don't have a data. And social impact is the area the building industry need to focus on it in the construction stage and post-occupancy stage. Coming back to the last part in terms of operation, you should have a long-term carbon emission strategy. Embodied carbon, always, I'll take just another minute, always we say we don't have EPD or LCA for the product, but possible to estimate with your manufacturer as a consultant to perform the task of identifying the embodied energy and go for a choice. There are a lot of examples. We can talk little later. There's no time here. Then getting into the operational carbon, do you have a plan for 50, 60-year life cycle of your building? You must be having a target 2040, you want to be carbon neutral, but we land up in 2039 and talk about carbon neutrality. Do you have a plan, 20 years, 30 years plan where you want to become, and then break it down to 3 years plan? You should have a capital outlay, then the action plan and review it. Then that should be the path forward for you to make it or reach carbon neutral much before what is your target to achieve. Then the data flow has to happen back into the system in terms of what needs to be modified to make your building design better. So it's a closed loop. The operation team need to keep feeding the data and the design intervention should happen. So one more, I will end with this. Basically, for this, you need to have a design team sitting with you for at least 5 years operation. Can we have that kind of mechanism in this country? I design, deliver, and leave. Somebody can operate differently.
Thank you. I think you rightly connected it, and I was looking at the results of yesterday on the screen when very beautifully the data was reflected. The Decarbonization awards which we instituted have a very important element. We are also trying to collect the data, and thanks to entire team. I think Ram, if you get time then you conclude that, because I saw some of the hotels which got the awards yesterday, ITC hotel, we had a lot of data given there, and I think that's a beginning. Unless we have data, yesterday we had a round table, we also discussed passionately, unless we have references, data, how do we improve further and how do we make a benchmarking where we can excel time and again. Every hotel built excels the earlier one. So I think there ISHRAE can come to you very handy to all of you, because the kind of data we have collected with 155 nominations and many of them hotels, a lot of awareness also needs to go back as to what all things got captured, so that maybe we can go to the next level. Thank you so much for touching a sensitive point, sir. Coming to Ajit. Ajit, you have 3 decades of passionate work experience ranging from waste to energy, improving the air quality, renewable energy, energy credits and organic foods. You have done many international projects, not only limited to engineering services, but also very high-end interiors projects got delivered in UK, Dubai and Chicago. I've been very fortunate to know you for many years, but will you like to elaborate on how that experience is enhancing the sustainability in hospitality chains?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Pankaj Bhai. Yeah, it's been a very interesting journey, and thank God Almighty that He gave the opportunity. So because the role involves from concept to completion, that is testing, commissioning, handing over, you are having the opportunity to do things right. And the thought process was right from the beginning very strongly inculcated. It was a natural sense to reduce, use less resources, improve efficiency. So when we design a hotel, all the normal things like maximum light, less heat gain, water conservation, all that goes without saying towards a IGBC platinum kind of approach. But then, and this has been a normal practice, and it has always, I have always had a soft corner for what is in the shaft above the ceiling, in the plant room, than what is visible, or rather as good as what is visible, because what is visible can always be refixed easily. But MEP is always been a center core of my passion to do whenever we do hotels. So what it does is, when you come to operations, you are able to get higher efficiency. And the operating cost, money not spent is money earned. So for example, Hyatt Regency Mumbai is one of our record projects where return on investment happened in close to just 4 years. Normally it would be 7 to 8 years. So it is purely good planning, good engineering, and sizing of the equipments, how you do the breakdown of what you put together for your larger components. So, but after doing hotels for so long, touching upon the other things, I always had this passion to give something back to the environment, not just keep pouring concrete, but also plant trees. And thanks to COVID, I would say, would not hear many people say thanks to COVID, but that period the projects were very slow or not much happening. And I dived into staying in ashrams to learn Vedic agriculture.
क्या बात है?
And Agnihotra and Amrut Jal, Amrut Mitti, and teaching farmers how to make. So we converted a complete district in Gujarat to 100% natural farming.
Which district?
Dang.
Wow.
Dang district of Gujarat doesn't have one single farmer today who does chemical farming.
Wow.
And it took 3 years.
So let me tell you that I started eating khapli gehu, and that comes from Dang. So thanks to you, maybe.
That's got the highest nutrition as well.
Absolutely.
So as we speak today, as we are sitting here, more than 10,000 trees are being, 10,000 trees are being planted across 4 locations as we sit here as well. In UP, Gujarat, part of Maharashtra, and again in another part of Gujarat. So this is something that has to keep going on. So the other things that I am working on is using biomass-based gasifiers to come up with a cogen or a cogeneration to get refrigeration-free, hot water-free.
Wow.
And getting power generated and making a cyclic tree plantation of the fastest growing soft and hardwood trees towards producing hardwood in the future, so that we don't have to import as much as we do. I don't know how many of you know, as a country, we currently import 1 lakh crore worth of hardwood per annum. And the only way that we can save our forests in the future is by planting hardwood trees outside forest.
I think you are going to get a lot of fans after this session. We are running out of time, but I must congratulate you for what you are doing. I must tell you, working with this man is extremely difficult as MEP consultant. I did some work and he always challenged you, and that is what is seen from the work you have done in last 10 years that we lost touch.
Thank you.
But it is fantastic, sir. These examples are really going to set different standards for all of us, because the sustainability is at peak with your thoughts, sir.
No, I've always learned from you, sir. And,
no, sir.
When I want to just add something that, I truly respect ITC. They've been pioneers of, green buildings and sustainability. I learn a lot from what they do. And you were talking about save water drop by drop. I think we should make it mandated for mid-level and low-level hotels who don't do hot water return. It's a disaster.
Yeah,
Because you have to wait half an hour, run the water in the bathroom before you get hot water in.
Again, it goes back to the capex, because my developers, I was asking him question, when we talk about reverse return or creating a circular loops for hot water, where because I come from Gujarat, where every drop was very important, and I still remember the time when a 5-star hotel in Saurashtra used to give us 5 buckets, and 3-star 3 buckets. We have seen those days, and therefore you are touching such an important point, and particularly when you move towards north, when the water is very cold, and you see the criminal thing happening, 2-3 buckets gone because you are not able to take shower. Yes. I think putting a loop itself, doing some extra piping, can save so much of water.
Absolutely.
So I think I will come back to my dear friend Sandeep. I called him, so I must ask him some question. I'm running out of time, but Sandeep, a lot of sustainable design becomes victim of poor execution. You know what I'm talking, my PMCs and developers will squeeze away the contractors, and ultimately what you've had thought of as a MEP consultant does not get executed. So,
Yeah.
of course, you have some friends here, I know, but how do you take care of this conflict when you want energy efficiency to be seen as a consultant, and your PMCs and your developers don't allow you to do that?
Thank you, Dada. I think you have started the next topic of discussion in this topic, workforce, skilling of the workforce. Very unfortunately, when I today also very passionately ask my executing agency the difference between a globe valve and a ball valve, I get very confusing answers. And the best thing is that, sir, aap designer hai, aap jahan bolenge wo laga denge. So the problem comes is not owing the responsibility. I've been fortunate to start my career in 1995 with Trident Cochin Hotel, and the hotels in those days, I remember, used to talk about HLP. So the hotel sustainability drive started a little ahead of the real green movement building. Because when I started meeting good friends like Ajay, 1999, we were doing ITC Grand Central Parel, 110-meter tall building. The meeting was that we need a hotel which is energy efficient. It didn't just talk about chillers, we talked about hot water, we talked about swimming pool, we talk about elevators, we talk about cause and effect matrix in fire alarm system, we talk about sequence of operations. It's all about education. I would say it is very essential that the stakeholders should be having the clarity of what is to be done. Another thing, as a consultant, I would like to say, conviction plays a very important role. I was dread to hear my colleague saying no hot water return. The hotel standards tells you 12 seconds to 15 seconds for the hot water to come in a normal hotel and 5 seconds in a suite room hotel. Now, if you do not know where to pick up the return, Dada, you will land up doing all waste. So I'll not obviously take much of your time over here, but the problem lies that as Indians, we do not believe too much in checkbox strategy. हम देख लेंगे, हमें आता है. We rely upon a lot of our memories and our skills to remember, and simultaneously we also say, I tend to forget, please send me a reminder tomorrow. So the problem remains is, if we do not take some inspiration of a checkbox which the Western world is known very well for, I think this is where we are lacking. A proper checkbox mechanism, if is implemented right from your testing and commissioning, the contractor being told, we are partners, we have to do this project correctly. It's not that we are with silos. So I think I will not take much time, Dada. The skill, workmanship and a checkbox strategy will not only lead to sustainability in hospitality, but also in all the various occupancies. Whereas in hospitality, there is a lot of, I would say, responsibility for efficiency and sustainability to marry together.
Thank you, sir. I think I'll go back to Negi Saab. Negi Saab, I just want to ask you one point which is most important to you, which you will like to address this gathering coming from HVAC in our industry, but I think a lot of them are doing many other services. So in terms of integration in hospitality, how do you see the current challenges and what you will like us to improve so that a chain like Hilton can deliver more energy efficient and sustainable projects in your coming days?
Yeah, basically from last 2 days we have just seen a lot of presentation from everybody. I feel once we are very clear what we need to save, so important tool for the saving is monitoring and lot of things.
One second, sir, 1 second. If anybody has question, because I may not be able to take many, but they should come on the front sofa and sit there. Yeah. And Nishan, can you just provide the mic so that once we finished him, we will take over. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just whenever we are designing any project, we should have lot of monitoring tools available. So once tomorrow any hotel or any project will be operational, when we talk about any saving or something, the team should have a proper tool where they can measure the things. Whenever we say saving, they don't know where need to save, what need to be saved. So they don't have specific tools available, say the monitoring, say the water meters at the different locations, like BMS, where they can control, they can see what are the temperatures, they can monitor. Now we have a room control system where we can save a lot of energy. So these are the things which I feel is a very important thing and need to be taken care at the time of designing, and we should have, once we have these monitoring tools available at the time of designing and we will part of our design, that will be really helpful to improve our.
Thank you. I think well said. I will come here. I'm coming back. I'm seeing my wife also. You will be the last, Geeta. I just got a request from Mr. Pillai from.
I'm Sanat Relia from Surat, Gujarat.
You can be quick, sir, because
I'll be very
my
quick.
time is over. I have got.
I'll be very quick. I'm an experience of 40 years in the mid-size hotels, and at the age of 15 I joined my father. So, and I have been I'm operating 10 hotels at present, and I want to share.
Question, sir. Can you be quick?
मुझे अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना है सर। ये जो हॉट वाटर का जो वेस्टेज है ना, जो दो तीन बकेट वेस्ट होता है, तो व्हाट आई डिड दैट आई इंस्टॉल्ड ए इलेक्ट्रिक गीजर इन द बाथरूम, एंड इट हैज ए कनेक्शन फ्रॉम द सेंट्रल सप्लाई, सो दैट wastage.
I think me and Sandeep will never agree to this suggestion. We will talk about it offline, sir.
Thank you,
it
sir.
will not be good for me to answer that.
We have also planted 150,000 trees in last 15 years.
Wow. So everything is happening in South Gujarat. Thomasji has planted trees there. You are also from South Gujarat.
We plant native trees.
Thank you, sir.
The Grow Native Green Forum.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We will talk about it.
Yeah, okay,
definitely. Next, sir.
Good morning. My name is Vivekanand from Godai. Sir, everyone is talking about each component, how we are energy efficient, how we operate efficient. But the construction in sustainability need to catch up. And this is something is missing. We are talking of skill or other things. Lot of challenges at site. Is there anything sustainable you are going to make it mandatory during your construction being hotel?
So I think I will answer maybe quicker because we have lack of time. But I think what Vivek, I think many of you would have seen his presentation yesterday. He wants to bring modular construction practices which can decarbonize project much faster when we start talking about embodied carbons. And he has beautiful packages. Right?
Yes, sir. In fact, now for ITC, I am doing in a commercial building. I am supplying the whole project from an off-site with 5,25,000 elements in Bangalore is happening.
So you should meet Ajayji. He is putting up many hotel projects later after the session, sir.
Yes.
He is the right person for you in ITC. Geeta, you should be last. Give a chance to Mr. Vishwas. You are also from my office.
My question is, I guess I am in this field for several years now. I found that plumbing is most neglecting the building services. Why? I mean, is this...
Sandeep, can you be quick to tell him? He wants to ensure the copper goes everywhere.
Our major production goes to US, Canada for plumbing application. I've been to Vietnam, not a very rich country. I stayed in middle class area.
Vishwaji, I will just answer you. Vishwaji, just listen. I've been fortunate to work with recently Rambagh Palace, which is a very luxurious chain of hotel. And by the way, the first chiller of this nation came to Rambagh Palace. And we were doing this renovation, so I told, because there were no drawings available for this project, and the client, I had to open up a false ceiling, put down 17 rooms, and then we had to study and make the drawing. So when we took out entire ceiling, I must tell you the copper pipes were shining. They were shining for 90 years and they were still intact. So you have a point, but it is a cost. I keep telling your bosses, sir, bring down the cost of copper and everybody will just come.
I need half a minute more. I have seen everywhere, people say no budget. For plumbing there is no budget. Why? Why it is neglected? And because of the damages, you generate lot of scraps. Maybe Mr. Kapoor, maybe Mr. Shah, Mr. Patel have lot of money to absorb scrap. But ours cannot. Ours have no.
Sir, I asked your question.
Dada, only thing is, if we have clarity, we can have conviction. If we have conviction, we can do construction. So I think we should bring clarity, and that's the goal to achieve.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, I will be.
I want to ask a question to Ramchandran sir, because he is a senior most person and he will be the one who can answer it right. See, the higher the brand, the more the stars, lower are the operation set points. The temperature set point should be not only guest friendly but environment friendly. So I have an experience from ITC Bengal, very beautiful hotel, platinum rated, everything good. But one of the conferences we were having, that I had to go and tell the engineering staff that the temperature, please make it 23 or 24. All the women were shivering and we all had to go to the rooms and bring our shawls, because the engineer said that I need more guests to come and tell me that the temperature set point is too low. So are there any instructions or protocols from the management? Who should be responsible? The management, the owners, or the MEP team?
I think
monitor the set point.
Geeta, stop there. No. I think we have Ajay sir. You are asking.
I will quickly answer, Pankaj.
But he is the senior most person. He can tell them.
See, this was addressed very first. He addressed this question very first. It is really a matter of communication, which I am giving it.
Sir,
I'll tell you two things. Two things very important. When you present, this is very critical. My 23 years I have got 15 years in operations. I have handled hotels. I am a greenfield guy. I started from projects. So I am telling you an honest confession. When you present, the person who is presenting is the most stressed person. He sweats. Point one. This is not, nobody will tell you. People who speak, maybe I am speaking, but here if you see 6 people, everybody is having a palpitation. Don't tell me they will not tell you. But initially when you start, so that's point one. You always feel warm. Yaar garmi hai. Yaar garmi hai. That's point one. So when you start a conference, so it's always important, the people who are there, he is the guy he needs to be comfortable. So as we go on, we start reducing it to the normal level. That's the honest confession. But there are, out of 50 people here, there are people who feel cold, who feel warm, who have different biology. So I wanted to touch on this topic. The air conditioning has to be zoned. The future is, when you talk about IoTs of the world or the success of technology, we talk a lot of discussions happen on technology, but the reality, a lot of people touched upon it, the reality of the topic is the work is done by my ex-boss, used to tell, Ramu and Shamu do the work. Ramu and Shamu are not engineers, ma'am. Ramu and Shamu don't know what HVAC is. So the fact is, the skill training we started in the morning is very important. Second aspect very important is to understand is, the customer has to be happy, but controls are put up in the locally. This problem, we have local controls also now. ITC never used to give local controls, but off this pressure, we have started giving the local controls. So that's where the whole gamut of...
You should have a discussion later.
Yeah.
ये तो मैं रोज रात दिन सुनता हूँ उससे.
But sir, automation is there. You can set the point that the temperature cannot go below 23 degrees.
Okay, ma'am, I'll tell you one thing. Can I take a minute? I know I can't argue.
I don't have moderator, session chair.
I will speak to you, ma'am, on this, on a separate line. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, my question is to Kiran sir and Ajay sir.
पंकज भाई हम बाद में बात कर लेते हैं.
Sir, एक मिनट लूंगा. See, the guidelines which we received from Hilton and Taj and everywhere talk a lot about fire and life safety, which is very good, but there are not clear-cut guidelines as far as energy management programs, dashboards, the kind of kind of detailing you want. I was discussing with Kiran sir yesterday, and he's saying that we are not doing anything related to the STP monitoring. Sir, if this detailing is done in the guidelines, it will be of great help to sir.
We will discuss this, and maybe ISHRAE can develop that. So with that, I think over to you to conclude. We are really gone off the track. My sincere apologies, because this subject, I think, is a full day requirement for.
I think this subject is too engrossing that there is a lot of interest, lot of questions. Perhaps I will ask the organizers, including Pankaj, you should have a much longer session to discuss this hotel industry and biggest satisfaction points. Very, 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 very important. We had a wonderful discussion today. The panelists are all extremely eminent people in the field. I thank one and all. We had a very good discussion today. Thank you everyone.
I would like to request all the panelists to please stay back on the stage. We would like to facilitate you as a token of our gratitude. Let's have a group picture first. Rama sir and Pankaj sir, we would like you to please facilitate our esteemed guest today. We would start with Sandeep Goyal sir. Let's have a round of applause, everyone, please. Next we have Manish Negi sir. Ajay Dhar sir. Kiran Bose sir. Mr. Amit Chaube. Mr. Ajit Thomas. Silva Rasu sir. Next, I would request Rama sir to please facilitate our dynamic moderator for the session, Pankaj Dharkar sir. To facilitate the session chair, we would have with us Captain Gary Singh ji and Pankaj Tiwari sir to do the honors. What a dynamic and engaging session. Let's have a huge round of applause for all our panelists, the moderator and the session chair, please. Let's have some energy, guys. Thank you so much.